We built this city on rock and...
So hello there folks, welcome back to Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Welcome back to Towns.
Let me unpause Derpsville, Velerious. Change your name now, you're now Velerious.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
As long as it's still got the Arius part for hilarious.
Isn't it? So this storeroom, Velerious,
It's going up at last.
this is it. We're committing to the
Apart
storeroom.
from those bits of stone that are in the way that the bloody towns won't move.
It's okay because like that's going to be like sort of the far end of it anyway.
Okay. Should we get it right next to the
which-
road so they have to use the road?
Which of these 3 blocks do you fancy? Well, we're going to road up to it. I've got another idea which you're going to love, which I'll show you when we
Right.
get there. So first of all, what are we building out
Can I
of? Not
just
the
say,
moss block.
Underneath the moss block, that looks like Victor's Fortress from Suikoden.
Yeah,
We should do that.
we'll use that then. I do like this wooden
So
block.
a few
actually.
people are going to get that.
Right. How big do we want it? Do we want?
I think, right, this is a brilliant time to
If
go
we leave
from-
it, if we leave 3 there for a road,
Yeah.
So that will be the wall.
I think, though, we should build it next to the road so they have to use the fucking road.
Well, it will do, and I'm going to. I'll show you the plan for the road. So we'll start at 3 away from there, so
Yeah.
that leaves us space for a road there. So we want it probably. What do you reckon? This area sort of thing?
What we should do is build it up and along this road and then back, and then make
No,
it.
it's gonna be a big square.
I know, but
So-
they'll still fuck that road over.
Yeah, but we're gonna extend the road towards it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm planning. Hang on, we'll start here. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh shit.
I didn't want
2,
to
3,
throw you
4,
off.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Luckily, there should be a lot of talking after
13,
this is
14,
done.
15, 16,
As long as you can
17,
kind of like concentrate. while you talk.
19. How's that?
I think we should do 20.
Okay, no, because it needs to be an odd number.
Why?
Because the door wants to be central and the thing I'm building wants to be central.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you just
So-
going to delete the middle block then?
Shit. Good point, Valerius.
Why don't you just
Very
put it
good
across,
point.
then delete the middle blocks?
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. 1, 2,
Oh my
3,
God, they've already
4,
started.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's half of 19? 10. So if I take that one out.
Half a 19.
Oh. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's brilliant. And now what about lengthwise? Are we taking it right up to these trees?
So if you want to be fussy, it's 9.5, thank you.
Sure. Are we taking it up right up to these trees?
Yes.
So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3,
God,
4,
this is a lot of
5, 6,
calculations.
7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
gonna
22,
be
23,
longer.
24, 25,
And it is what?
27.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be big enough, isn't it? Yeah. Oh,
Now
this
you
is
need
going to be
to
fucking
half
badass. So half of 27. Half of 26 is 13, so I want 13 blocks, then a gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and a gap. Right, so now we'll just mirror this on the other
Yeah.
side. So that's my gap. Oh God, Jesus Christ! Oh, I can just count, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is entertaining
9.
watching right here.
This episode is sponsored by Sesame Street. I love to count.
I think you should do all kind of
1,
from now on.
2, 3. Okay,
This
it's
is gonna
not
take a while.
4, 5, 6, 8, 9. And this should now fucking line up, Valerius. Oh God.
Watch this be the one time
1, 2,
they've done
3,
right.
4,
Can't you line that
5,
up with the
6,
dot at the bottom?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then that should be the last stretch. So, fantastic.
Brilliant.
Now,
And they're doing it.
we'll get the doors
Should we get a
in
harvest
place
on
as
the
well.
trees quickly?
No, let them do that. Let them do
How
that.
much wood have we got? Have a quick check.
Hold
first.
on. God, Jesus Christ, Valeria, slow down. Doors. Let me put doors in. So 1 door there, 1 door there, 1 door there, 1 door there. So we're gonna leave the Derpsville building that, Valerius, and I'm also gonna set the harvest going. Because we've got a couple of things I want to talk about. One
Check
is
on the wood as well.
we've got about 200 wood. We're gonna be fine, but I'll put the orders in for a chop because we've got some stuff I wanna talk about.
Well, we want to do a 2-high storehouse quite early on anyway. So we're
Yes,
gonna
we
need a
do.
lot.
We do. But first, whilst that builds in the background, do you remember? I think 2 episodes ago we were talking about the value of like subscriptions and
Yeah.
thumbs ups and stuff like that. And for an example, I said that one of our recent subscribers, the Minecraft guys, was probably a sub for sub because they hadn't left a comment. Turns out that was wrong, Velerious. That was incorrect. So egg on my face there. Hold my hands up to that. I apologise. The Minecraft guys was a genuine subscription. So yeah, but it does illustrate the point nicely that I was trying to make of...
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to leave a comment and let us know that you are indeed a real person sitting there, because, you know, it's great to know.
At the moment, leaving us a comment, we will mention you.
Exactly.
We will know who you are and what ideas you give us.
Exactly. I mean, I understand not everyone wants attention drawn to themselves, but, you know, don't be afraid to at least just say hi. And then we know that, you know, you're a real person, and that's fantastic. So the other thing we want to talk about, which is like the bulk of this episode, Velerious, is Brigadier General Robert Baker.
Now everyone gets.
Now, hang on. Let me explain. Most people get spam in their inbox, Velerious, and most people just delete that spam.
Indeed.
Without even looking at it. But not you. You read your spam, don't you, Velerious?
I do if it's good. Because some of them have been so immense. Like someone telling me I could get $100 million because it needed to be moved out of their bank account into my bank account, and I needed to give all my details.
So there's lots of sort of scam emails that get sent around, but you've managed to find what is possibly the most immense scam email ever.
I like the fact these guys have taken a long time on this and have still.
They've taken a long time to sort of.
The grammar's quite wrong.
They've made this elaborate sort of scenario, but it's so unbelievable. Not even the stupidest person on the planet would fall for this. So I've got Velerious to print this email off because it made me laugh so much, and we're going to read it out. And it's from Brigadier General Robert Baker. Okay. And it was sent to like 1 million email addresses. Yeah. So it's like it's obviously not targeted to one person, even though it tries to claim it is. And it goes like this: Attention beneficiary. That's a bloody. That's some posh writing right there.
There is a lot of big words within this for some strange reason.
Attention beneficiary. I am Lieutenant Brigadier General Robert Baker, the Presidential Special Initiative. Holy shit!
I know. I mean, fucking hell, you have to listen to this.
Now, straight away, he's claiming to be part of the UN. I think he gets into it further, but the Presidential Special Initiative seems to imply America, and yet he sent this to you, who's a resident of the United Kingdom, Velerious. So that's a bit odd. I am mailing you in respect of the present development going on here in my country, Ghana.
So now he's in Ghana,
but he says my country, Ghana, as though he is Ghanaian. Now, I'm not, no disrespect to Ghanaians. I've known some Ghanaians before, but they generally don't have names like Robert Baker.
Or Brigadier General Robert Baker.
Robert Baker is quite an English name. You would expect that this is someone who was, even if they are, of a foreign nationality, there's someone who's been born in an English-speaking country to parents, like second generation sort of thing. So that's a bit odd as well. I decided to contact you after much investigation, which was carried out by the Bureau of National Investigation and also with the Ghana Police Service, in order to make sure that our country is free from those fraudulent activities which is going on here in Africa, and for our country to also bear a good name. Now, his grammar's not great.
It's not.
I'm already starting to doubt him. I'm already starting to doubt him. He's called Robert Baker. He claims to be a Lieutenant Brigadier General, which is quite a high rank.
In the presidential special...
Yet doesn't appear to have very good English, and obviously, it's written like it's somebody who is Ghanaian, who's speaking English as a second language. It's very fishy, Velerious. It's very fishy.
We'll just point this out to everyone, but this is still the first paragraph.
Yeah, this is still the first paragraph.
They have a lot of...
We're already suspicious that he's only just started. So let's see what he's got to say for himself, Velerious. The Airport Authority, I don't know if that's a real thing or not.
In Ghana as well.
The Airport Authority detected some trunk boxes after being scanned. The authorities detected that the boxes contains funds on your name and email that has been tempered on.
Oh, good God.
Now, if the funds were on your name and email, why is he sent this email to like 50 other people, Velerious?
This is very true.
That's a bit weird. I mean, why has he sent it to your email address? Because your email address is not your name at hotmail.com. It's a made-up word at hotmail.com. Yeah. So how has he found your email address? So we'll just assume he's done his research. He's in the army, Velerious. He's obviously quite a high-ranking officer. So he then goes on to say, they were being smuggled into the country by foreign personnel who were on transit from London. Oh, so he does know we're in the UK. Oh, brilliant. So that's legit then. These men were trying to enter the country with the trunk boxes when the airport authority detected that these boxes contains some huge amount of United States dollars.
Now, interesting enough, I don't believe I have any United States dollars. I've never entered to win any United States dollars.
And you know, boxes full of dollars, Valerious. Boxes full of dollars.
We're not just talking $1 or $2 here.
No,
this is
some trunk boxes.
I know.
These trunk boxes are massive. Okay. After much investigation, we found out that these men were among those men spoiling the good name of Africa.
What bastards?
What?
Poor Africa.
Poor Africa. I mean, they're such a outstanding nation.
They are.
They're good, upstanding people. You know, good law-abiding citizens and all that. Especially around the Somalia area. God. So they opened up to us that they actually worked with a lotto company before their dismissal and used the opportunity to perpetuate their crimes. They told us that the funds inside the boxes was won by you, but now they plan to turn back on you and decided to take the money all to themselves out of the country.
What bastards?
They've stolen your lottery winnings, Valerious. What cunts!
I know, and my American lottery winnings as well while I'm in London.
All your American dollars while you're stuck here in London. Oh, what? But they said that they were coming from London.
I know.
So is it the London lottery that you won these American dollars in, and they're taking the dollars back to Africa?
See, this is the interesting thing about this email, that even though it's spam, and like you immediately know it's spam.
But it's so elaborate, and yet it's so elaborate in the shittiest possible way.
That they haven't even covered all the different methods.
So,
actually
shit,
the wall.
they finished that. Oh my
god.
Okay, the story will have to wait for a minute, folks, while I set the harvest off. Now, we'll come back to the story in a moment. Another thing I wanted to do, Valerious, is because the storm's massive, to encourage people to walk through it. What I planned on doing was
inside.
Was put a road down. Where are roads? I don't know. I want a red pavement road.
Oh yeah.
And I'll show you what a why for in a moment.
Because it's a nice red cross.
It is a nice red cross, Valerious. And then obviously we need a floor for this for the place.
That's masonry.
Yeah.
Ah, so you're going for like a white and a red cross here.
What could this be, Valerious?
Is it the international flag of Ghana?
No, it's England's flag, but it's. I figured we'd be patriotic and make an English flag out of it.
We should have gone for Ghana.
So let's leave them doing that while we continue the email. So where did I get to? Oh yeah, they were going to keep your money, the bastards.
Yeah.
We later found out on the investigation that was carried out, these men are truly members of a well-established organisation in United Kingdom. So they did. They stole your lottery money from the United Kingdom. You know, the London lottery that gives away millions of dollars. Oh, bastards! And they give you it in cash, obviously in boxes. As I write you this mail now, the 3 is written that as the word 3, Valerious. But just in case you weren't sure, he's put a number 3 in brackets for you. Mm-hmm. The 3 men that were caught are now in the custody of the Ghana Police Service. Oh, so that's great. Over here in our country, Ghana.
That's perfect then.
While we are trying to track the others left. Oh my god, there's more. Because they have proved to us that they belong to one organisation. That is why we have to reach you by your mail address and name that was tagged in the boxes. So we can make arrangement on the delivery of the recovered boxes by a United Nation diplomatic personnel.
So we'll pause that again.
There is a siege. There's a little bit more left on the email.
Let's just go see what the siege is all about first, because it could be
a nothing siege. It probably is, to be honest. It's just people badgers, so not a problem. We'll just let them have the run, because this is far more important, to be honest with you, Valerious. Because now a member of the United Nations diplomatic personnel is going to try and meet up with you and bring you your boxes full of cash back.
I mean, I need all this cash. I'm extremely poor.
So obviously he then goes on to say, your urgent response will be very much appreciated as soon as you have received this email. Thank you for your kind attention for us to make sure our beloved country Ghana bears a good name. Please, you are to provide this below informations. Full names. Wait a minute. I thought you had your full name on the boxes.
Apparently, on the full names on the boxes.
Shouldn't he know your name? Shouldn't he know your name?
He emailed me saying that he got my email from my name and my email address on these trunks.
Okay. He also needs your address,
which he should really know.
Your direct contact phone number.
That might be a bit out of his reach. So yeah, that's.
He also needs your country, Valerious.
Which I'm fairly sure he should know the country. Really.
Didn't he tell us that these men are in the United Kingdom and that you won the lottery in the United Kingdom?
Yeah. So he knows I'm in the United Kingdom. Maybe he just needs... maybe he just wanted to point that out in case when I put my address I don't put UK, so he needs to post these things.
And finally, he needs a scanned copy of your international passport or any relevant identification passport.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what other passports you might have, Velerious, but your international one would be good enough.
It depends if I'm from Ghana. I've moved
this information will be required by the authorities in Ghana to draft the new change of ownership in your name as the rightful owner of the funds in our custody, and also to verify the information given to us because the documentations covering the boxes have been tampered on.
Good God.
Maybe that's why I need to confirm our country, Velerious, because they tampered with them.
Yeah.
So it says anyway, regards, please email me at brigadierrobertbaker@hotmail.com. And it's from Brigadier General Robert Baker.
Now, there's one slight problem with that.
But
emails nowadays tell you where they're from.
He didn't email us from that address. He emailed us from jortis@ins.gov.pe.
Indeed.
So it's not a Hotmail address. It's not a Ghanaian address as far as I'm aware.
It sounds very much like one of these spam addresses that you sign up and they have loads of emails on record that they send these things round to.
Yeah.
So,
but also, I can't help but notice that there must have been a few winners of the lottery that month because there was another 50 people to receive this exact same email.
Yeah.
So if you're out there, Lieutenant Brigadier General Robert Baker.
It's quite an elaborate name, to be honest. He could have just called himself, "Hi, I'm Mark."
If you're out there, we're calling you out on your bullshit, mate, to be honest.
I know. I was tempted to email them back and just say, I think Ghana might need this money more than me.
Yeah.
Considering they've hired you, my friend.
To be honest, it's the most elaborate spam email I've ever seen. And that's basically the explanation of why we called ourselves that name on the Hunting Unlimited 2008 video.
5 paragraphs he did, right? 5 paragraphs. It's 2 pages long, this email for a junk email.
But this is the thing, it's like they put so much effort in and yet it's not even remotely believable at all. If they'd have said we found a cheque for £1,000 in your name, you might have been like, oh, that's, maybe. You'd still throw it's a load of bollocks. But even if you were dumb, you might go, oh, well, maybe that could be true.
Yeah.
This is obviously no one reading this is gonna email them back. So this crime organisation who's basically trying to scam people, they must not have any success at all. It must be the most failed criminals on the planet.
I mean, you never know. There could be someone somewhere that goes, oh my God, the Ghana people need me. I must email them now. But then even then...
But even then, it's they're not even getting any details out of you, really.
I was going to say, even then, aren't they going to be emailing Robert Baker and not his spam email?
They've not asked for your bank account details or, your mother's maiden name or anything useful.
It brings up a further question that I was going to have a look at, but I didn't actually have the time, of if Robert Baker's email even exists.
We're going to research whether we can find anyone who's actually called Lieutenant Brigadier General Robert Baker.
I was just going to make a Hotmail under this.
It may be a real person in the army that they're trying to pretend to be.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they picked such an elaborate name because they don't realise that
this could be a poor General Robert Baker person who has emailed them before and said, "Oh my God, my money's in Ghana. Quick, give me some things."
Yeah, maybe he's someone they've scammed previously. That would be fucking epic.
And he's worked in the army all these years, so he's just not realised.
Oh my God.
This is it.
So that was the Brigadier General Robert Baker story, Velerious.
But it was such an immense email that I had to kind of show it to you.
We had to share that with you.
Because it was just tremendous. I've had some spam emails that have basically been kind of pointless.
And you get the ones where you've won £50 million on the Ghanaian lottery and stuff, and it's obviously, it's just too big a sum to be believable.
One of them was someone in Taiwan who apparently had $100 million that was going to be taken off him by the bank accounts. So he had to give them to me to transfer them into my bank account while he moved out of the country and got a new bank account for me to pass it back to him.
That is a classic, and usually you'll get to keep some of it as a trade-off sort of thing.
I mean, that one didn't mention keeping
I love it. I think it's the best scam email I've ever seen. I've just noticed something a bit odd, Velerious. There's one human remains, but there wasn't. There was 2.
I think we did get rid of one at one point.
By doing what?
I think we put it in a grave and he actually got the right one.
No, there was 2 last episode.
Oh.
I'm sure there was. Although maybe I'm wrong. I
don't know. I'm fairly sure.
But I could have sworn there was 2.
I'm fairly sure for a while we've only had that one.
But oh God, what a great email, Velerious. I think it's the best scam email I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's it just makes you wonder though.
It
how
achieves
elaborate
nothing.
They can get.
It does. It achieves nothing at all.
At some point, I could be getting an email saying, "Hello, this is Gandalf from the Mordor here. Just need to tell you that."
I need to tell you that Sauron is trying to take over the world. And you're the only one that can stop me. I need you to send me $50 million.
Your bank account number, your country, your personal email, and your birth certificate. just to make sure that he cannot succeed.
Oh God, I love it.
We need to go on an epic quest.
I absolutely love it. I wish I got spam emails that were that good. Usually I just get the standard, enlarge your penis.
Oh, I get quite a few of them. And I don't like the ones that send you things that just go click on this link, because that's just not fun at all. You just delete those.
Obvious scammers.
So if any scammers are watching this, I would like to send me more of them, really.
I think if any scammers are watching this, fucking try harder, for God's sake.
Well, not only that, but I quite enjoyed reading that. That was a load of fun.
It was quite enjoyable. It was a very good email.
It's one of the emails that I admit that was in my junk email. I didn't just delete it. I thought I might leave that in there, actually.
It's basically good email, and well written, would read again.
Even better, right? Even better.
GGWP.
He sent me it twice within 5 minutes of each other, not just immediately, within 5 minutes. So he must have accidentally emailed me twice about this money, so he must be very desperate to get it to me.
He's obviously very eager to help you get your chunks full of dollars back, Hilarious.
But yeah, no, I'd like to point out to everyone, and I think you would too, that we're not one to get pulled in by scams.
No, obviously we know it's
even
fake.
though we know this was a scam the minute you look at it and see the email. We'd like to point out just, it was that elaborate and that kind of well written of having 6 paragraphs worth of writing that we just wanted to mention it.
Yeah. And if anyone out there gets any sort of elaborate fucking spam emails, we need to. We'll have to set up a Dirt Force email address. Well, and if anyone gets anything better than that, they can send us it.
At the moment, if you do want to kind of get an elaborate email in there, or something that's from your junk that's quite funny, you can copy and paste it into a private message and send it to the main channel.
Yeah, do that, because I'll read private messages. I'm cool with that.
Now, you may want to just copy in who it's from, but not your email or anything, because that'd be a bit dumb.
Make sure you tell us, and then just, if you've got anything funnier than that in your inbox, then send it on by all means.
Don't put any of your personal details in there, but anything fucking hilarious like that. And if it's from, at the end it says email General Robert Lieutenant Bergier, but you can see it's from someone else. Send it to us. We would enjoy reading this.
For a minute then, because of the way they were walking, like Terwin was wearing the feathered hat. Fantastic.
That's Terwin.
So yeah, going back to towns, Velerious. The idea was to make it look a bit like an English flag. Now, unfortunately, that's the best we can do, because you can't really put a perfect white floor in a perfect red road. But yes, so, I thought of that because we have the Derpsville flag over there.
Indeed.
So that's our English storm. And then obviously we'll fill this full of barrels. I'm putting the second thing on, and we're going to build the roof, and then we'll build the barrels.
I mean, this starts.
And then after that, as you know from the comments, people are eager to see us break into the next level of dungeon. So after this, we need to get the meat production done, and then we'll go open up the next level of dungeon.
Well, I actually said this quickly to Craig Gummersall as well, that once the storeroom is done, we want to have a little bit of hauling, just for, even if it's just, like, our coal is down there, and it's massing up. We've got nearly 100 coal.
We can bring all the iron up so that it's easier to sell it.
Iron, and we copper, coal, all of it needs to be brought up.
We can clear this and turn it into the barracks.
Yeah, need boxed up and everything.
But we will be opening the dungeon before too long, because
I'd say another 2.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. Which, knowing towns,
you never know.
Yeah,
but do know it's definitely in the priority list. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It is indeed.
Right, so we're coming up for time there, Velerious.
I mean, already, because we've been reading that amazing letter. And we got a lot done while reading this letter.
I realised what's holding the road up there is the lack of red flowers. Yeah, so I'll put in orders for that and the harvest, and then we'll call it. Ooh, I can't. There we go. So yeah, so we'll call it there, Velerious, and we'll see you next time, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you look, there was a bull in the storeroom. That's probably General Robert Baker.
Brigadier General Robert Baker.